What's up guys, it's Gabe back with another video, and in today's video I'll be talking about a topic that probably all of you are from earlier with by this point. I'll be talking about COVID-19, aka the coronavirus, and just kind of how it's affecting my life and the people around me, and kind of what does that mean for me. Before I even start off this video, I want to thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers. I actually live streamed me hitting 1K about 3 weeks ago, and it was insane, and I actually haven't posted an actual video since then. I am really sorry about that. I've just been super busy, but I'm back to uploading every single Saturday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. If you haven't noticed, I actually changed the background just a little bit. You can actually see that it says my name and then past 1,000 subscribers. If you saw my older videos, I made a little YouTube plaque myself when I hit 100 subscribers, and then change it every single time I hit a new milestone. So every single time I hit 100, to kind of show people where my subscriber count was at the time. And I actually just handwritten it and grab a piece of paper and tape it over and put change that 1 to a 2, 3, 4, so forth every single time I hit another 100 subscribers. And when I hit 1K, I wanted that to look a little different. So this time I actually went into Microsoft Word, I typed it up, and I'm gonna leave it there until I hit a new milestone. It's just gonna say past 1,000 subscribers, probably until, I ever get to a new milestone and I actually get an official YouTube plaque from Google. If you saw my older videos from when I was in my other house a few months ago before I moved into this new apartment, I had a mini fridge in my room, although you couldn't really see it in the background of my videos, but I did show it in my setup tour last year. Now I have my mini fridge right behind me, and that also means things are a little bit higher than my previous videos, because usually my Echo Show and Hollywood Cutboard was just on my table behind me, but now that's actually laying on top of the mini fridge, which means I had to put everything up a little bit higher, so I'm hoping I'm not too low at the bottom of the screen. That's just kind of a bit of a background change I wanted to explain, but again, thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. It's absolutely mental, and it's crazy that I made it this far. I actually reached 1,000 subscribers on Sunday, March 8th, right around 9:30 Pacific time. It was crazy. 72 hours later after that, I got the email from YouTube saying I was ready to monetize, and I already set up Google AdSense back in April last year, just so that I had everything set up just in case I hit 1K, but I was not expecting to hit 1K that fast, and even at all, to be honest. So yes, I am now monetized on YouTube, so all of you will notice ads in all of my videos, and as I'm recording this video, I have made 36 cents so far, but you can't get paid from YouTube until you meet the $100 threshold, but again, I don't care about the money. I'm just thankful that I made it this far and even have the opportunity to even make 36 cents. So I love you guys so much, and thank you for all the support. I now have a community tab on this page too, so I'll be posting updates kind of like I do on my socials, but they'll be on YouTube too, so that's pretty exciting. Now let me actually get into the video. So, the coronavirus. There has been, so far as I'm recording this video, the evening of Thursday, March 26th, there has been over 532,000 cases of coronavirus across the world, along with over 24,000 deaths worldwide. In the US, which is the country I'm in, actually has the most cases than any other country, just over 86,000 cases, which is absolutely crazy. I can't believe this is actually the world we live in right now. And the deaths in the US are 1,300, which still suck, but luckily it's not the most deaths out of everybody else, it's just the most cases. Actually, the state that I live in, here in Oregon, we currently have 317 cases of coronavirus with only 11 deaths. These are only all confirmed cases. The average person cannot get tested for coronavirus. So although these are still at outstanding numbers, they're only confirmed cases, so there's actually a lot more out there for the people who don't report them and can't get tested, which is just really sad. My prayers go out to everybody throughout the entire world dealing with this right now, and I just praying that we can get past this soon enough. But for right now, just stay home. That's the best thing that we can all do at this point. I am filming this on Thursday night, so the current coronavirus cases and info will increase tremendously by the time this is out on Saturday, which is really sad. So let's talk about more what's happening in my state specifically. So Kate Brown, the governor of Oregon, announced on Thursday, March 12th, that she would be shutting down Oregon schools statewide beginning that following Monday and continuing through March 29th. And then she later changed that on March 17th, saying that schools will now be closed through April 28th. And probably a lot of you are wondering, how does this affect me? Because if you've watched my past couple videos, you've known I actually transitioned from a regular public high school into a online charter school. And then you're saying, well, if you're already an online charter school, does that affect you? At first, no. But actually, it was just announced on Wednesday, March 25th, which was yesterday when I'm recording this, that Kate Brown is now extending that order she put in, but now includes virtual online schools that I'm in. So now I'm officially under the same circumstances as everybody else. And her exact order was schools are closed through April 28th. So the circumstances for all my friends that just go to regular school is that beginning April 6th, they have the option to do online school, but although it's not required, because not every student has access to technology at home. And that generally falls under the same circumstance as my virtual online school, but not completely, because keep in mind, it's the entire time it was already online. So obviously all the students that attend my online school obviously already have to have access to the internet. So yes, it still falls under the same circumstance under Kate Brown's rules, although since it's online, it just looks a little bit different. So what it looks like right now for younger kids in my virtual online school, like kindergarten, elementary school, and middle school, are actually still encouraged to do the work, although it's not required and nothing will be graded. The same thing goes for me in high school, although since high school is very important because you need a certain amount of credits to graduate and then go to college, still falls under the same circumstance, although the state of Oregon is trying to come up with a plan to give us high schoolers credit to be able to graduate on time. But as of right now, they have not came up with a plan. So for me, it looks like that you're encouraged to do online school, although it's not required or graded, just like all my other friends doing regular school. So what I'm going to do personally is I'm going to keep doing school work because I don't want to kind of get in that negative headspace and be stressed. And I kind of want to get ahead of everybody else because I want to make sure that I get on top of things. But my stress level is definitely a lot down than it was before, knowing that at least for right this moment, it's not going to be graded or required. And we'll see in the next few weeks if the state of Oregon will come up with a plan to get us back to graded assignments. So we'll kind of see how that goes. My mom is actually a teacher in a district that I used to attend a few months ago. And she expects that schools will be closed for the rest of the year. And that's already happened in a number of states in the US so far, so I wouldn't be surprised that happens. If that also happens, again, that still falls under virtual online school that I'm in. I don't know exactly how that will play out, but most likely for online school, if they extend for the rest of the year, they will come up with a plan for high schoolers to still get credit and get assignments graded. But for everybody else doing regular school and all my friends, I don't know how that's going to look like. Will they have to do summer school? I have no idea. We just have to keep up to date with what's happening. It all depends on how fast this virus will decrease. So that's kind of the entire situation on that, kind of how that looks like. And I also want to talk about another order Governor Kate Brown proposed for Oregon. She proposed a stay-at-home order this last Monday, March 23rd. Basically, she says stay home unless you have to. What do you mean, like, unless you have to? Well, if you have to buy food, like go to the store to get groceries, if you have to go to the hospital or have any medical appointments that are essential, if you have to go to work, and they so encourage you to exercise, you just need to be 6 feet from another person. And other stuff like real estate, like buying houses and that kind of stuff, that's so considered essential. So those kind of things you can do. But if it's not those things, then you have to stay home, is what my exact order is in the state of Oregon where I live. And the reason why I bring up real estate and buying houses is I live near Portland, Oregon. So I'm in northwestern Oregon. If you remember looking back on my videos last year, I told you my dad moved and got a job in eastern Oregon. As long as we can get past this virus, my mom and I will be moving with my dad to eastern Oregon this summer. But again, I still told you, real estate goes under Kate Brown's order as essential, so you can do that. So actually, I'm filming this right around 11:30 on Thursday, March 26th right now. So tomorrow, Friday, I will be traveling to Eastern Oregon with my mom. We're going to be looking at houses with my dad, and it'll be fun to hang out with my dad because I haven't seen him in 5 weeks. And if Kate Brown's order gets any stricter, we may not even be able to see my dad at all for a while. So it would be really nice spending time with my dad and looking at houses to potentially buy soon. So that's kind of like the whole situation, how it's going on in my life right now. And I'm sure a lot of you are wondering what is going to happen with the movie. I originally announced back on Back to the Future Day on October 21st, that it was going to come out January 10th, and then I had to postpone that till January 31st because of some technical issues. Postpone that till March 20th because of some more technical issues, and I was focusing really on school at the time. But it's kind of funny, right after I made that change, that's when I actually moved from regular public high school to an online charter school. But still, it was still really hard getting my dad here and having time to film because he's so busy at work. And then again, I had to change that to April 24th a few weeks ago. And this time it's just because of this whole coronavirus outbreak that's happening, because there's still just one major scene that my dad, my mom, and I have to film. We all have to be in one spot for. And I told you, my dad lives like 5 hours away. So it was hard enough already getting him in here because he was so busy at work lately. Now it's even harder because of all these rules to stay at home. Because of this whole coronavirus outbreak. So originally I was really hoping we could film this weekend, but under Kate Brown's order, that's not essential. But I am so thankful that I can at least see my dad and we can look at houses to buy this weekend. That's one thing I'm really thankful about. So if you're wondering, so your question is, okay, well, if you can't do anything right this minute, what is the plan for the movie? Well, right now I'm praying that a miracle happens right now. And the last weekend that we can film without delaying the movie again will be the weekend of April 4th, so next weekend. I'm praying like the order lifts. Even if the order wasn't an issue, still my dad works for a hospital. And if this virus keeps spreading and people have to stay home, my dad has to fill in for those other people at the hospital. So even if the order wasn't an issue, that's still another issue. And don't get me wrong, I completely agree with Governor Kate Brown on this. I think it is essential you stay home unless you have to. It just really sucks this is all happening at once, but people are dying, they're losing their lives. It's a really sad time right now. And the least that everybody could do is stay home if they have to. And I agree with that perfectly. I'm just praying that a miracle happens, that somehow we get past this quicker than we think, and my dad can get here next weekend and we could film and have it out on April 24th. Although I'm really thinking that's maybe a 20% chance of happening, so very slim chance. Although anything could happen at this point. 2020 has been a year of surprises, definitely. But worst case scenario, we can't film next weekend and have it out on time. It will still come out. It may be a while, but it will still come out. These are my two options as of right now. So if you don't know, my mom and I spent so long these past few months writing the script and everything. So present time in Back to the Future 5 takes place in July of 2019. And I go back to December 2004, before I was born, to get my parents back together. If you want to know more kind of about the plot and kind of what's going to go down in the movie, check out the trailer that I released back on October 21st. Link in the icon right there if you want to check that out. But beware, at the end of it, it says it's going to come out on January 10th, and obviously it's March 26th as I'm filming this. So yeah, just don't mind that part, but everything else is fine. But basically, next weekend is really the cutoff point to where we can't pretend that it's winter, because we're supposed to be filming in December. Really, next weekend is when the weather conditions will start to dry out and warm up, and flowers will start to bloom, and we're heading into spring. So really, that's why it's a cutoff weekend for that to happen. So, you know, again, if we can't film next weekend, worst case scenario, we could just change the month from December to earlier in the year. That would just make it so we can wait out this virus a little bit and then just have me going back in time. Still 2004, just it would be earlier in the year, so you can clearly see the conditions would match outside if we change the script. So with that option, it would come out a couple months towards the end of spring or early summer, which is great. And you guys are saying, why can't you just do that? Well, there's also a drawback to that. That means we would have to refilm a lot of stuff we've already filmed so far, because it's all based around December and that kind of stuff, if that makes sense. But if we have to, it's the way it is. Not everything always goes right all the time. But that's the second option. The third option is we keep the script exactly the same and do nothing and wait till next winter and release it between November 2020 and February 2021. Those are the two options if we can't film next weekend. So hopefully that all makes sense, and I hope all of you are very understanding of what I'm going through and what everybody else is going through. If you remember my last movie, Back to the Future 4, I probably delayed that a good 8 times if I'm not wrong, and that was, you know, a lot of my fault, because I promised something immediately when I just started filming. So that was mostly my fault. I mean, there was a couple instances where my cast couldn't, you know, film at certain time, but a lot of it was just my bad part, and this is just not my fault. I can't control this whole really sad, you know, health crisis we're going through right now. And I will tell you, I'm gonna have another one of these kind of update rambling videos coming out next Saturday. That's when I will decide exactly what I'm gonna do with my movie. Next weekend will be the decision-making weekend. Either I'm gonna get lucky and we're gonna film and it's gonna come out as scheduled on April 24th, or that's when it will be sadly postponed and I will have to decide between those two options on what fits best for us, either coming out in a couple months or waiting till next winter for it to come out. So all that information will be available in next Saturday's video. That's when I'll have the decision-making weekend, exactly what's going to go on with my movie. If there's any more updates from the governor, any more orders, kind of what's going on in my life, and I will give you an update on what the current coronavirus info holds, like how many number of cases, how much has increased since this video. After I upload this video and then upload another update on what's going to happen with the movie and an update on the COVID-19 next weekend, after I upload that, I'll be back to my regular videos, and obviously I can't really go out to film videos, which kind of sucks, because I really was planning to do like a challenge video with one of my friends, do some pranks and stuff. I really can't do that now, but I would just be inside my room. I have a couple ideas in my mind right now, but if you have any ideas what I can just film here in my setup in my room, comment them down below. Hopefully everybody understands everything, and hope everybody has a happy, healthy, and safe time off. And please, everybody, just do everybody the favor and stay home if you can. And that is about it. So be sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next Saturday for a brand new update. Peace out.